Howdy folks, I'm Pompous Puffin, proudly practicing pretty piano pieces.
I'm Amber.
And here are more pretty piano pieces for us to practice at, but except for we have little puffin hands, so we don't really, like, play any chords. We might play, like, one note at a time. So, yeah, not so great. Let's get started. Alright folks, and our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Refusing to Forgive My Mother After What She Did at My Wedding? I got married 3 months ago, and my relationship with my mother has been on thin ice ever since. She has always been dramatic, but never thought that she would go this far. For some context, my mom has never liked my husband. She thinks that I settled because he's not a doctor or a lawyer like she wanted. She made little comments throughout our engagement, but promised to behave at the wedding. I trusted her. Fast forward to the ceremony, everything is perfect until the officiant asks if anyone has any objections, and my mother stands up. She starts crying and saying that she needs to speak her truth before it's too late. She goes on about how she doesn't think that my husband is good enough for me, and how she's only doing this because she loves me. Everyone is stunned. My dad, who is divorced from her, has to pull her away, and I stand there in shock. My husband looks at me, waiting for me to say something, but I'm frozen. Eventually she leaves and we continue the ceremony, but the damage is done. Half of my guests are whispering, my husband's family is furious. I spend my reception smiling through tears. She sends a long text the next day saying that she only wanted to protect me, and that I was wrong for not hearing her out. Now my family is pressuring me to forgive her. They say that she just had a moment and that she didn't mean to ruin my day, but I don't want to forgive her. I haven't spoken to her since, and she's acting like I'm the one breaking the family apart. All right, folks, what do you think?
No, absolutely not the jerk. What she did was inexcusable. I mean, it's one thing to make your objections known before the wedding, and if she didn't feel comfortable being there, she could have bowed out and not attended the wedding. But it's completely inappropriate to stand up and object in front of a wedding.
Yeah, unless it's like for
Well,
infidelity
like if you learn
or
new
yeah,
information right before the wedding, like you
yeah,
caught the one of the member of the couple cheating in the wedding hall or something.
yeah, or someone has bodies in the basement
Yeah, I mean,
or
there are times that you could object, but generally, if you know the information beforehand, you need to object beforehand. That's what I'm
well, I mean, what
saying.
happens if you just want to make it really dramatic?
Well, no, this is the point. That's the problem, and that's what I think the mom is doing. Is she's trying to drum up some drama, do this big theatric performance of showing how she is objecting to this.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree with you. I mean, I think that you should address these things before the wedding, if at all possible. And the if anyone objects type thing is a little dated too. I know a lot of people don't actually even include that in their part of their ceremony now.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
Yeah, we didn't give people the option to object.
yeah. I think that it's again like a dated thing, and I don't think that OP's wrong for including it, but there's no way that she could have foreseen her mother doing that. I guess hindsight's 2020. If she had to redo the whole ceremony, maybe she would have redone it without that part of the ceremony. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And BoardLab9962 says, not the jerk, she knew exactly what she was doing and did it anyways. That's on her, not you. And Unusual Canary 7764 says, I once warned my family that if anyone ever used the speak now or ever be silent option of a wedding for any of my siblings or me, that they should be clear that we would be moving from the location to a funeral cause no, just no. Well, that's intimidating. If you don't support a wedding, then don't turn up. End off. And if you aren't getting married, then just let the two adults involved be themselves. You do you in your own space away from them. Mom knew exactly what she was doing. She could have said it to OP before the wedding. If she did and was turned down, again, she knew what she was doing. If she did not do it before the wedding and then intentionally sabotage the wedding, because if you care that much about someone, you warn them before they make a mistake they told you that they would make, not during the wedding. What in the world? Not the jerk OP. And Trainwrecking says, I would send a message to every single one of them in a mass text, email, or whatever, and let them know that what she did was not okay. And if any of them side with her, it'll be the last time they hear from you. Then go no contact. But that's me. And Flat Criticism 6440 says, I would also suggest hosting a party for his family to apologize for what happened. That she had no idea that she would do that, and hope that they welcome her as she has lost a lot of family. What do you feel about her not sticking up in the moment during the wedding?
I mean, I do think that OP should have stood up for her partner. I understand sometimes people have freeze responses and it can be difficult. So if OP was like psychologically frozen and couldn't move, but I think that there really should have been something in the day to, like, if not then maybe a speech during the reception or something to show and acknowledge how inappropriate that was
Mm-hmm.
and to show support for the partner. And it's really hard too because you don't want to, make the mom the focus of the event.
Yeah.
But the fiance, now husband, and his family were clearly very hurt by this. And I feel like it would have been a good gesture to stand up for him and to try and mend fences in some way.
Yeah, I mean, it's a unfortunate situation. I don't think that OP did anything intentionally wrong here, and I think that this was them more or less freezing up because of they were just completely caught off guard and less about them just trying to let their partner hang out to dry.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that OP, was wrong for freezing. I think that it's just a natural response that some people get. Unless she did it on purpose and just wanted to watch him suffer. I mean,
Yeah.
all right, folks, and our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for not letting my friend test drive my expensive car because I know that he's a reckless driver? I recently got my dream car after saving for years. It's a high performance vehicle, and I take really good care of it. A friend of mine who's known for speeding, ignoring road rules, and bragging about near misses asked if he could take it for a quick spin. I laughed it off at first, but he kept insisting, saying that he would be careful. I told him no, explaining that I wasn't comfortable with anyone else driving it, especially him, since I know how he drives. He got offended, saying that I was acting like I didn't trust him and that I was being a car snob. I know a few mutual friends are saying that I was kind of a jerk and that I should have just let him drive since it's a car. But to me, it's a big investment and I don't want to risk it. Am I the jerk? All right, folks, what do you think?
No, absolutely not the jerk. If he is a reckless driver, then you should not be letting him use your vehicle, period. You don't want to be responsible for what he does with the car. Like, because yeah, the car is your property and you have a right to protect it, but also the implications, if he were to get into an accident in your car, do you really want to have a hand in that?
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's it too. I mean, that's there's a lot of reasons why OP wouldn't want people to drive their car, especially this person. And I like how he says, "Well, this shows that you don't trust me." Well, yeah, OP doesn't trust him,
Right.
right?
And you shouldn't trust this person. They've clearly shown they're untrustworthy when it comes to your cars.
Yeah. And so I think that it kind of solves itself. Yeah, OP doesn't trust him, and they shouldn't, because he's not a trustworthy person, at least in this context. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And Calamac says, I wouldn't allow anyone to drive my new car. I wouldn't ask to drive anyone's new car. Of course, my driving record is sketchy, so there's that. But anyways, not the jerk. And Original Sinner says, anytime I or anyone I know has gotten a new car, we take our friends out for a drive. We do not let our friends drive our car themselves. And Individual Tennis 471 says, just reply, sorry, my insurance policy doesn't cover anyone else driving my car. And Ziam007 says, this is the best response. It is a pretty good response. Alright folks, and our next letter is titled, Will I be a jerk if I don't want my little cousin to blow out my candles on my birthday? So I'm an 18-year-old female and I have a little cousin, a 6-year-old male. Before he was born, my birthdays were great and fine, but ever since he was 3, it's been a nightmare since after me and my twin, 18-year-old male, blow out our candles together, the adults then light the candles for my cousin and let him blow out the candles, which then gets spit on the professionally baked cake, which we all have to eat. I don't mind blowing out the candles with my twin together since it's our birthday, but then they light the candles again for my cousin and it just annoys me because then they sing the birthday song for him too, which makes him think that it's his birthday, which it's not. They don't just do this on mine and my twin's birthday, they do this on everyone else's birthday in my immediate family and extended family too. I'm turning 19 soon, and I've just had enough of this at this point, and I've been thinking about bringing it up to them, but I know that it will go badly since they act like my cousin is the golden child, since he's an only child in his family, my dad's sister. And I'll probably get given out, but I'm just so tired of it. And the spit is always gross as well, and I think that he's old enough to understand the concept of you only get one birthday now as well. I also think that if this keeps going, that it will go on forever and they'll never stop it. So, am I overthinking it, or will I be the jerk if I said that I didn't want my cousin to blow out my birthday candles? All right, folks, what do you think?
No, not the jerk, and this absolutely needs to stop. The kid should never have been given these extra birthdays in the first place, and this is going to lead to a lot of entitlement. I mean, what if he tries to go to a friend's birthday party, and wants to blow out that kid's cake? They're just setting him up for failure. They're setting him up to feel entitled to other people's things. And so, yeah, I think OP is well within their right to request that this not happen. OP and their twin may have to have their own separate party if the family doesn't accommodate them. But I 100% agree that it should very much be put a stop to it.
Yeah, I don't think that this is healthy, and I think that they are really feeding into entitlement here. And I guess because he's probably an only child, they are, pampering him, so to speak, spoiling him even. And I think that is kind of showing. He needs to learn how to take no for an answer, and he needs to learn that every birthday isn't an opportunity for him to blow out the candles. If they really want to, after the party, they can take him home and let him blow out his own little special birthday cake if they really want to.
Although I don't recommend that.
Oh,
I
I don't
think he
either.
needs to learn that his birthday happens once a year,
Hmm.
and he gets to celebrate by eating cake. That's his celebration of other people's birthday.
Yeah. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And Mary C. Jones 1 says, can you just not invite them? And Opie replies, no, me and my twin have different birthday parties. One with friends and one with family. And the family one, our parents always invite all of the family, and we have been trying to get control of it since we were 18, going to be 19. But they still try and act as if we're his age and can't be trusted with anything.
I mean, you can always decline and tell your parents you're not going to show up at that party and host your own.
And Enough Process 9773 says, you will not be the jerk, but you may have to declare that at your next birthday party that there will be no cake if you want to make absolutely sure that your little cousin isn't allowed to blow out the candles. Get your twin on your side, and both of you declare that you do not want a cake at your 19th birthday because you think that it's disgusting when your 7-year-old cousin is allowed to blow out the candles. If someone produces a cake with candles specifically to be lit for your cousin and to blow out, put it in the trash uneaten before your little cousin gets near those candles. And then repeat to the family, we didn't want a birthday cake with candles because we both think that it's disgusting that cousin, 7-year-old male, is allowed to blow out the candles on our birthday cake. We're having no more cake until Cousin Blowhard is clear in his mind that he only gets one birthday a year, and only on his birthday is he allowed to blow out the candles on the cake. Alright folks, and our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Not Letting My Sister's Miracle Baby Sleep in My Bedroom at Christmas? So, I'm a 25-year-old female, and my sister, a 32-year-old female, struggled with infertility for years and finally had a baby a few months ago. My whole family has been treating my nephew like he's royalty. Don't get me wrong, I love the kid, but it's getting out of hand. My parents are planning this huge Christmas gathering at their house. My sister insisted that she and her husband needed a guest room with a king-size bed because of the baby. Fine. Then they asked if the baby could nap in my old bedroom, which I still stay in when I visit, because it's the quietest room upstairs. And I say okay, first, because it's just a nap. Well, Christmas Eve rolls around, and my sister announces at the dinner that the baby will be sleeping in my room overnight because it's so cozy and familiar after the nap. I ask where I'm supposed to sleep then, and my mom says that I can crash on the couch. I argued that my sister could keep the baby in the guest room with her, but she claims that they won't sleep as well that way. Well, I put my foot down. It's my room. I was promised it. And I'm not sleeping on the couch just because my sister wants to kick me out for the baby. My sister got upset, started crying, and calling me selfish. My mom took her side and told me to be more understanding because of how long she waited for the baby. The night ended awkwardly, and I stayed firm. The baby slept in the guest room with my sister and brother-in-law. They were annoyed in the morning, complaining about how little sleep they got, and my parents are now acting like I ruined Christmas by being childish. I feel awful because I know how much they struggle to have this baby, but does that mean that I have to give up everything whenever she's over? So, am I the jerk? Alright folks, what do you think?
No, absolutely not the jerk. They chose to be parents. I understand that they are having a hard time with sleeping, but what was the plan anyway? Try
Yeah.
and force someone else to get up with the baby in the night, like OP? Like, it seems like that was what they were hoping, is put the kid in OP's room and then make OP come running. Because if OP didn't, they're still going to have to get up, leave their room, and go to the baby.
Well, that's what I was wondering too. It seems like it's kind of short-sighted because they're still going to have to get up and tend to the child, so I don't know what they were saving themselves. And I don't think they were going to save themselves any sleep, to be quite honest, right? And it could be that they were looking to have OP babysit, but they also told OP to sleep on the couch.
Yeah, well, the mom did, and it could just be that they were hoping that OP would stay there or something like that. Or they could be expecting the parents to get up in the night. I don't know what the plan is.
Yeah.
But if the parents are so concerned, they could have offered up their room and they could sleep on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the thing is, they have 2 children, and they cannot treat OP like she is lesser because she doesn't have a child. Well, I mean, they can, but they shouldn't. And again, OP's sister chose to have a baby, and so it is her responsibility to care for the baby. And they were given a bigger bedroom because, like, with a king-size bed, because they were going to have the baby with them. Like, so their whole argument just goes out the window if they don't even want the baby in there with them.
Yeah. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. Alright folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea right here, and Amber, she has a joke.
What do you call a boat for felines?
Oh, I call it a cat boat that catches catfish.
A catamaran.
Oh, I was close enough.
And today is International Rescue Cat Day.
So go find yourself a rescue cat, or 2 or 10. And I have Earl Grey. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Special Sunday, folks. And you know what makes it special? You do, and Amber does too.
And Brian does too.
Amber, we need some kind of moral advice and or guidance. And please, have it in the form of a good reason to break up a marriage at the vows.
I object. You should not marry this man. I just saw him cut down your granny with an axe.
Oh wow, I got violent fast.
We used that a good reason. I figure that's a pretty good
That's
reason.
a very good reason. And hopefully they also called the police before the whole objection thing. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.